What's up? What's up? What's up? What's happening? What it do? What it do? What it do? It's your boy 4ThEye, aka the Ghetto Guru. Hey, if you new, you know what to do. Subscribe. You know what I'm talking about. Welcome to everybody that just popped up in the room, that's been in the room, that's been looking at the room. Hey, I appreciate y'all for coming through. You know what I'm saying? You feels me? Let me pop some up. Let me see who up in here. Let's go. I caught the live. What's happening? Welcome to the live, man. Appreciate you for coming through. Hello, hello. What it do? What it do? What's happening? What's up? What's up, Joseph? What it do? What it do? Hey, fire emoji already in the building. Yo, fourth out. What's up, Fire Lord? Always coming through. Almost time. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. That's Lord. You know what I'm saying? What's goody? What's goody? Hey, I'm surprised y'all up. You know what I'm saying? Y'all up in the building. I'm popping everybody's comment up. Hey, what's happening? What's happening? Late night vibe session. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ready to get into this, man? Talk about some spirituality, some of these out of bodies and all that stuff, all that good old stuff. Finally caught the live, bro. What's good? What's happening? What's happening? Hey, everything good over here. Everything Gucci. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Hope y'all had a good Mother's Day. You know, I ain't gonna lie to you though. The earlier today, I forgot it was Mother's Day. I was rushing to get to work. I didn't even remember since I've been waiting for the late night vibe. I'm all about it. That's what's up. That's what's up. Good morning here in UK. Welcome from the UK. Going to work. LOL. We'll listen in the car. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. I'm glad y'all could come through. You know what I'm saying? Especially on a late night. I mean, when y'all in different countries, y'all be different time zones, so y'all be good. You know what I'm saying? So, man, I'm glad y'all could come through. And I want to shout out to anybody who has like, cause I'm getting used to this YouTube live stuff, and I don't be knowing how everything works because I'm kind of old. I'm getting up there. So, I noticed when I look at my little stuff, people that donated and all that stuff. I want to tell y'all that I appreciate all y'all that donated. I did see it, and that will eventually benefit my channel and stuff. So I really do appreciate it. Um, because it's some stay, it's a lot of things that I want to do with this channel, and it's a lot of things that I want to, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of that stuff is going to help this channel. All the stuff that's coming to this channel, the whatever this channel makes, is going straight back to the channel. You know what I'm saying? Because eventually I want to be able to go out. You know what I'm saying? But I'm working still, so I'm a work in progress. But I do appreciate all y'all, all that stuff. Says yeah, it sure was a busy Sunday. Yeah. Happy Mother's Day to any mothers that's in the room. You know what I'm saying? Happy Mother's Day. It's not a race, bro. You are killing it. Yeah, I'm taking my time with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm learning in the process. I got good people around, you know what I'm saying? Y'all be, put me up on game. So I really do appreciate all y'all. Let's go, Brody. You're doing great, fam. Appreciate you for coming in. Infinite by Design, the producer, super producer. Dig those beats you making. Yeah, I need to get back into it, man. But it's a lot of stuff that I gotta read. I gotta get. Like, you know what I'm saying? My computer kind of old. So I really need to get me a new computer, all that stuff, because it's kind of slow. It be kind of hindering me in the music process. You know what I'm saying? When your shit be skipping and shit, trying to make a beat, and that motherfucker start saying, start having a heart attack on your ass. It says, I want to see my boy with that YouTube plaque. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Let me get that YouTube plaque. I don't even know what's required to get it, but let me get it. You know what I'm saying? LOL. Yeah, that's my boy right there. Infinite by Design. I have listened to that beat. That beat was fire, man. I need to get to making some music. If y'all don't know Infinite by Design, man, he be making beats. He got that fire beats, you know what I'm saying? He be doing this thing, you know what I'm saying? I really do want to get back into my music. I really want to put out a little album and stuff, you know. But a lot of my music is I did it on people's beats that I don't have the copyrights to the beat, so I can't play the song because they'll take the video down, take the audio out, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Then I got some music that I did a long time ago that you know as y'all know, I used to be a super Christian, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie to you. I was super religious and all that stuff. But my music is a little bit how can I say? How can I say? You know what? I think I got an old song on here. Since we vibing out, I'll let you, back in the day I used to, be on my little rap stuff. See if I got something on here that I can let y'all listen to. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, I don't think I put it on here. Easy money on real OG. Yeah. Nah, I don't think I got it on here. Nothing that I could put like that ain't gonna give me copyright strike to something, what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna play that. It says I got three more for you, Famo. I'll put your track. Hold on, let me put that on the deal. It says I'll put your track. You sent me on it. I gotta finish it. Shit is dope. You gonna like give me that? Okay, for sure, for sure. Says I have some beats I can email you if you want to mess around with them. Been making beats for years. Hey man, send whatever you got. Saying I'm gonna go through it. I'm gonna see what it's about. It says any favorite hip hop artists as rappers. Yeah, I got favorites, but I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't even when I be driving. Like when I was young, I started making beats, and I was making music, actually R&B, and people used to be like, "Man, you sound like this artist, and you sound like this artist." And I used to listen to a lot of underground, like hip hop and real like '90s R&B. And when I was doing that, I noticed that I started because I taught myself how to sing by mimicking other artists. So I started sounding like too many people. So I had stopped listening to other music because I didn't want to be, I wanted to find my own style. And sometimes it's hard to when you got a lot of different artists, like artists that's in your head and say, trying again tonight to OBE, have yet to experience this. It takes time, but you know what I'm saying? You're gonna get there. You know what I'm saying? Don't doubt yourself because you're doing something. Anytime you practicing anything, as far as like out of body spiritual growth, working on your shadow work and all that stuff, you you still even if you don't feel it like that is working, it's working. It's just like going to, what I'm saying, just like working out, doing push-ups. You ain't gonna be cut up and you ain't gonna be diesel right off the bat, but it's working. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta, what I'm saying, roll with the punches. You know what I mean? It says, who was your music influences growing up? I listened to a lot of old school. Like I listened to a lot of like Marvin Gaye, Isley Brothers, Donnell Jones. Um, as far as music, Tupac, underground artists. Cause I was back in the day when I was listening to rap, I was listening to low vibrational music. I was listening to underground like gangster music or real like southern like 3 6 Mafia and Project Pat, a lot of Houston artists. Say I'm just a scaredy cat with OBEs. It's like that in the beginning. So I mean, don't feel ashamed about it because I was too. You know what I'm saying? But I don't even consider some of that music low vibration. So let me not make it seem like it's a diss because that music was good, like Scarface. I used to love Scarface, UGK. Yep, UGK. Um, Especially Scarface because he was storyteller. I never seen a man cry till I seen a man die. I like storytelling. Like new artists, J. Cole. I also like Big Crit. So oh yeah, Lil Kiki. Lil Kiki was going hard back, especially back in the day. What I'm saying? All that back in the day, we was on that Swisher House. We was on that Swisher House. We was listening to that screwed up music, all that stuff. It says I used to what you say? I used to stay slapping that E40. Oh yeah, I like E40 too. Yeah, Too Short. But I love Scarface. Yeah, Scarface was that guy. I loved it when they did that collab with Scarface and Tupac. That was perfect. And it's a artist named Simba. I like Simba's music too. Simba go hard. But I know that we came here for spirituality and out of body. So, we're going to get into, oh, yeah, A Ball MJG. Yeah, I was about to say, but you said A Ball Jim. I was thinking about them when I was thinking about Memphis because I love that Memphis sound. I love that Memphis sound. Yeah. A Ball and MJG. So, says, how can you try to have an OBE? Propagate what's happening. Welcome to the live. How can you try? Start meditating. But also, what a lot of people don't realize about out of bodies is that what you do throughout the day, Yeah, Detroit too. I got some family in Detroit. But what you do throughout the day can affect if you're gonna have an out of body. You know what I'm saying? Because like, we get real busy out here. We be working hard, and we constantly doing stuff where we keeping our mind cluttered and stuff. If you like relax and chill, like really get yourself right before you know what I'm saying, go down to meditate or do all that other stuff, you'll be straight. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't saying that you're gonna pop out that day, but it's possible. You know what I'm saying? You gotta meditate, do energy stimulation work where you feeling the energy go through your body and feeling it going throughout your whole body. Sometimes you don't even need to really try to have the out of body right off the back. Just start working with your energy, get a feel for your energy going through your body. Just like when you rub your hands and you feel that little tingling sensation in your hands, when you do that, when you rub your hands, just feel that energy and make the energy go throughout your hand, your whole hand. Once you start to feel it and recognize it, the more you do energy stimulation work, you'll start to feel that energy going through your body, and you'll start learning how to control that energy that's going through your body. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can be sitting here right now and start like thinking about your crown chakra, and thinking about your crown chakra spinning, you know what I'm saying, spinning and vibrating. And you'll start to feel the top of your head start to get numb. It'll feel like a numbing feeling, but it's like a vibrational feeling. But I'm gonna read y'all's comments right now. It says, I caught a really good video from the Monroe Institute dealing with new frequencies they use that help people reach OBEs faster than Buddhist monks. Check it out when you can. Almost definitely, I'm gonna check it out. When I was staying in Virginia, I didn't know the Monroe Institute was in Virginia. I was like, man, because I used to want to learn about all this stuff because I didn't know other people that knew about this stuff until I got on YouTube in '08 and I seen Astral Boo Baby. He was like one of the only people that really had experiences like I had. You know what I'm saying? Says Slim Thugs, early Swisher House freestyles with Bonkers, Mango. My God. Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. That's the link. Okay, okay. Appreciate it. I'm gonna watch that. It says at Infinite. Nah, for real. I'm from Cali, and listening to Screw and then made me want to put swangers up. Yeah, for sure. On me. 4ThEye. Have you ever went through a vortex? Yes. Vortex, to me, like the vortex and the portals is damn near like they like the same things. I went through that a lot, you know. But you can make yourself go through the vortex if you can remember. When you wake up in the morning, just don't move and imagine that portal in your mind's eye, and you'll start to see it move, and you'll have to follow it. And once it get bigger, you just project your consciousness in it. I know it sounds easier said than done, but once you practice it enough, you'll get it. Hold up, let me show. Okay, hey, appreciate it, timeless soul. Appreciate you. You are a blessing. You know what I'm saying? You see, does it matter at what time you have an OBE? Like, do certain beings be out at night? Mainly talking about the scary looking ones, or is it better to do it in the daytime? Usually, people have the experiences mostly the better time. Like for me, a lot of times it'd be the morning because when you waking up, you be still in that phase. But it happens at night too. But what I learned, I used to think that when I had out of bodies at night, every time I would come out my body, it would be nighttime. You know what I'm saying? In the out of body experience, because that's what it was seeming like in the beginning. But you have out of bodies at night, and when you in that dimensional space or wherever you at, it'll be daytime, and you be like, damn, like it's not always scary, but sometimes you got to get through those scary situations in order for you to be able to know how to operate in the other realms of consciousness, realms of these dimensional spaces or whatnot. Let me see, for the Astro Boo is the homie. Yeah, I wanna get I wanna get him on my channel. If I ever get him to do an interview, I'm gonna contact you. It says, do you think that if the veil is forgetfulness didn't exit, more people would choose to leave early? Yeah, yeah. I believe that. It says, oh, I concur. We also did streams together in the past. Oh, okay, for real. I wanna get Astro Boo Baby on my channel because he was one of the ones that I've been knowing since about 2008, 2009, when he first started. Like, well, he was already making videos about astral projection and all that stuff. So oh, okay, he said he's taking a break from live streaming. Okay. That's why I hit him up and all that stuff. I was just like, hey, look, if you do, you do. If you don't, you know what I'm saying, it's cool. You know, the door is always open. But he was one of the pioneers in this space that I learned a lot from because he knew more at that time than I did. I just was having experiences. So he was shedding a lot of light as to what I was experiencing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But one of these days, whenever he stopped taking a break, I'm gonna try to get him on. Yeah. Let's say, man, that fear is crazy. The fear of seeing a being is what does it for me. I can get to the vibration stage, no problem. I feel it's the fear that's stopping me from progressing. Yeah, because you have to conquer that fear. You have to just step out there and really do it. It's and face it. You know what I mean? It says I tried 2 times to listen to Monroe Institute recordings, and I had both times some strange dark vibes and couldn't go through all any thoughts. That was you. That was that fear. When you in that state, sometimes it makes you feel um like because you feeling all this energy going through your body, you might start interpreting it as something that is not, you know what I'm saying? So that can make it even worse because you'll be like, oh my God, what's around me? Because you start feeling like you can feel everything around you, like somebody's watching you, and it can bring up that fear. And then sometimes when you're listening to music or binaural beats or anything, depending on the frequencies of it, it could cause you to feel like you're in something negative is around you. But I don't listen to music when I'm meditating and stuff. I do want to try to learn how to not learn, but I do want to eventually get to a point where I start to train myself again to leave my body at will. But because I work so much, sometimes it's a little hard. But eventually, it get to that point where I can have more time to really perfect the craft. That's why I don't call myself an expert, even though I have a lot of out of body experiences. Okay, let me read. Propagate and 4ThEye. I known him around then as well. Okay, that's what's up. So you was around about that time I was out there, but I had stopped making videos. But let me see. 100%. It's the way you were feeling that session. That used to happen to me when I first started years ago. Yeah, that happens to a lot of people. A lot of people don't realize it's them. It says that in that nice. I lean more on the alchemist now. Yeah, alchemist is dope. It says also it's the loud bangs that randomly pop up just as a thought. I'm over the fear, man. Them bags. Oh, them bangs make my heart drop and I stay. Nah, I'm forget that I'm going. Okay. Let's see the next one. The old original tapes had a voice in it that made me feel strange. The first few times I moved through it and got over it. Yeah. Sometimes it's about how you vibe with it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you need a voice that you can vibe with. Everybody's not meant to be on you listening to them while they while you meditating. It says at probably alchemist is really good too. Yes, sir. Yes, yes, yes. Alchemist as well has great nuggets. Yeah. Alchemist, Genie Dot. Was it what's that chat Awaken to Joy, the couple? They make good content as well. It's a lot of other people that's making good content as well that I don't get a chance to like catch the lives all the time, but yeah, they be pretty dope. I forgot to mention 4ThEye as well. I like the experiences they share. Appreciate it, appreciate it, appreciate it. But yeah, it says, oh yeah, I love Awaken to Joy. Yeah, they pretty dope. They had asked me to do an interview, but I haven't done it yet. I was trying to go through the list of people that like in the order and how they was asking, but I don't have an email for I am Joy, so I don't know how to really unless I go in the comments or something. Be like, hey, we can do an interview. But yeah, they had asked me a while ago. But yeah, I have another video of an interview of mine that's coming up with I gotta remember the channel. I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna put up a flyer, but I did the interview already. She just edited and all that stuff. But yeah, don't let the fear hold you back when it comes to out of bodies. And that's easier said than done because everybody's gonna have a little bit of fear. You know what I'm saying? It's like you stepping into the unknown. At least for you right now, it's the unknown. So it's gonna be awkward feeling. You know what I'm saying? But in most cases, when you're having these experiences, you're going to you're going to you're not going to see a lot of people in the beginning, like when you come out your body. Now I don't know this to be a fact, but this happened for me, and it seemed to happen for a lot of other people as well. When they come out, they don't see a lot of people, but then after a while they start to see people gradually. You know what I'm saying? And another thing, lucid dreams is like a practice ground. At least that's how I use the lucid dream state, as like a practice ground for out of bodies. You can learn what you're capable of. Okay, so let me read this. What do you think is the most common topic most people have asked you to cover since you started streaming? Just curious. Uh, how could I say this? The most thing they want me to talk about. The crazy part is a lot of people are afraid. A lot of people be afraid to hear about the negative experiences. But I've seen a lot of people ask me to get more in detail about negative experiences, and I want to, but at the same time, it's like I know how some people's minds are, and they might take that and think that, you know what I'm saying, they might get a little too scared because I've seen some things that I didn't even read that. Hold up, I'm gonna get to it. I've seen some things that some people might not want to hear. You know what I'm saying? But let me read this. Did you see our latest stream, The Alchemist, and on the ninth? I watched that stream. Um, that acid rain realm you mentioned, you see, was crazy. Can you touch on that? Yeah, that's actually a pretty dope place, and I've been there a couple of times. I just don't understand why it rains acid, like, but it's like it's not like it don't like melt you, like kill you or nothing, but you can feel it, like it does a little tss, and everybody, the sirens go off and everybody go in the house or up under something so that they don't get hit with that rain. I've been there a bunch of times. And one time I thought I was in a different place, but I was actually back in that place, and I was chilling with these other guys, like three other guys. And we was just in the house, we was outside kicking it. Nice looking place, but it's more technically advanced than this realm. You know what I'm saying? So it's it's a dope place, and the streets are different. Now I can't say how the whole place looks because the first time I went there, I was just in a house, and it had a big backyard, and they had this deal back there, like, you know how we got the bus stops where you can sit down, and they got the little cover outside. They had one of those type situations, and you could just sit there, and they had like a cover where you can close it. And when it started raining, the sirens went off, kind of like how when a tornado siren go off, the siren went off, and then everybody started going up underneath that, and people was going in the house. But it was a pretty dope place, and the people was nice. Like, it wasn't like a low vibrational place that I would think, because it's raining like this acid. It was one time I was playing basketball and everything started raining, and the clouds looked like a light green. But I'm finna get to these comments again. Okay, I was thinking that these elites that do strange rituals probably can't have themselves OBEs, so they need to channel dark entities from other sides. Do you agree? I don't know if they can or they can't, but I know that it's some people in higher places that's having astral, like, out of body experiences, and they remote view, and they can, you know what I'm saying, tap into some things, and they not some of them low level experience people. Like, I ain't saying like it's like levels, but it's like they know what they doing. You know what I'm saying? If they want to find you, they will find you. You know what I'm saying? I believe that even if you try to go remote viewing places that you shouldn't, there's um there's some people that are waiting for you. You know what I'm saying? Says, I gotta learn how to snap out of autopilot in my dreams. Yeah, yeah, that's one that I used to have a problem because I used to be on autopilot a lot. Okay, that's at you, propagate. Just sub to you. I'm gonna watch it. Good looking. Yeah. Yeah, go. Oh yeah, if you ain't subscribed to propagate this, like, go subscribe to his channel. You know what I'm saying? They got good content on their channel. It says, yep, Alchemist and Fourth is genuine in my opinion. Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it. It says, it's okay for sure. I hope you enjoy. Yeah, y'all go subscribe to Propagate. Dope channel. Dope channel. Says that's so weird. So beings actually reside there. You talking about in the place with the acid rain? They look like humans, just like us. It didn't. It wasn't nobody that was there that looked like an alien or anything like that. They just look like regular humans. It says I do the intros and I moderate the comments. They do dope intros as well, for sure. Bam Heck and Corey are genuine folks too. Yeah, I like Bam Heck's content too. I'm subscribed to his channel too. Propagate this light. It says I can't wait to watch it. I'll be checking out the rest of the channel too. Yeah, check. Yeah, go through. Go binge watch. You know what I'm saying? It's television. You know. It says I did a couple of the streams with Bam and yeah, I also me too. Me too. Thanks for that. Thanks for the shout out. No problem, brother. No problem. You know what I'm saying? It's all love over here. I heard that they say they can trap your soul if you remote view places they don't want you to, and your body will just be in a coma. I can't say I necessarily believe that they can trap your soul because I don't believe anything can trap my soul. You know what I'm saying? But you never know what you never know what's possible sometimes. But I don't necessarily believe that anything can trap my soul or your soul. Unless you believe it to be so. You know what I'm saying? Because you're really powerful. You got to think if they doing the same thing that you doing, how's they overpowering you? Because they know something you don't know. They understand what they're doing, and the fact that you might not understand what you're doing, they overpower you. You know what I'm saying? Nothing can trap you unless you believe it to be so. Yes, Lord. For shit show. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it says there's no soul trap. Is there? Hold up. Let me see. Let me read. Let me read the prop. Hold up. There's no soul trap. Is there? No. I don't believe in that soul trap stuff. Your soul cannot be trapped. You know what I'm saying? People that feel like their soul can be trapped, that's because they believe their soul can be trapped. Your soul can't be trapped. I done been in some scary places. And if your soul could be trapped, or if you could be lose your body or anything, I would have been lost my body a long time ago. How did you get the scar next to your left eye? The scar neck. You um talking about that? If you talking about that, that's like a birthmark. It's been there for forever. It says for that. I figured most viewers ask you questions about how to have OBEs mainly. Yeah, yeah, that is true. Yeah, most people ask me how to have an out of body. It says I definitely see why, but I also see a lot of value in learning more about your experiences during them. Appreciate it. But yeah, that is really one of the most things that people ask me is how to have an out of body experience. I try to give the best. I give what I do um, to try to help people. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like once you learn how to do it the way that I was teaching it, or how somebody else, it's like you have to find your own way that's more comfortable for you if you want to be able to do it at will. Soul trapped is another psyop to produce fear. Yes, I believe that. I believe that. Yeah. Tino 3 Jones was them, was them. But yeah, I don't believe in that soul trap. It's a lot of people that talk about the soul trap and that your cord can get cut and all this stuff. That's like a bunch of BS. I'm gonna just tell you, it's a bunch of BS. Your cord ain't gonna get cut, and you ain't gonna get trapped unless you believe it. You know what I'm saying? It says for thought. Why do you think people keep talking about reincarnation traps, with some even claiming to have firsthand experience? The fact that they feel like they've had firsthand experience, but they still in this physical body and talking to you about being trapped means that they wasn't trapped. You get what I'm saying? It's like, how do you get trapped and then still be back here? So I don't, I don't be understanding it. Like when they be saying, "Oh, your cord can get cut." Who do you know that got their cord cut and came back and was like, "Hey, man, I got my cord cut." You know what I'm saying? They be like, "Oh, well, they died in their sleep." Then they just died in their sleep. They don't even know. Maybe they didn't want to come back. maybe they went home and was like, scratch that, I ain't going back. You know what I'm saying? Because it's been plenty of times I've been out my body and I've been places and I'll be like, I don't even want to come back. I'm having so much fun. I'm having so much, I'm at peace. And then I gotta go back to dealing with bills, car notes, insurance, people fucking you know what I'm saying? It's like sometimes they might have not wanted to come back. They're like, oh, they got their cord cut. Nah, buddy. They didn't get their cord cut. Okay, let me see. Have you ever tried going to the moon? Is the moon even real, a physical thing? I tried to go to the moon, but I don't think I was actually on the moon when I actually seen what I seen because I was flying and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go to the moon. And when I got to the moon, it was a whole city. It was a whole civilization. You know what I'm saying? It had streets, it had houses, buildings, all kind of shit, cars. I'm like, I think I might have went somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't think I went to the moon, but at the same time, hey, maybe I did. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It says, I wonder why hell did voluntarily wanted to come to Earth. Oh yeah, because we don't understand like how our minds is when we on that other side before we come here. Our minds is not the way that we think here. It's like being in a video game. It's like playing a video game. When you stop playing, you just like, oh, that was pretty fun. You know what I'm saying? It's like you was in a VR game and you was playing with the Oculus or something. You was in a game and you was having fun and then you just came back and you're like, you know what, that was fun. Let me go put it on a harder level so I could learn more. I can, you know what I'm saying? We A lot of us put ourselves on hard mode so that we could advance faster or we can learn more so that we can bring back more information and stuff like that. But let me get to the next. Definitely is a time because the guy who said that was a military man who actively still worked in the government. Oh damn! Let That's a good question. Let me see. Fire Lord agreed. Says all that. Go into the light and you will be recycled. Stuff is straight up BS and lies. First it was you gonna burn in hell. Now it's don't go in the light into the light. Yeah, that's some BS because I've been through the light, you know, and when I went through the light, I just went to another realm. It was actually a nice looking realm. Now at that time I was still fearful. So when I was there, I wasn't afraid, but I was afraid to die in that moment, like that time, because I didn't understand why I was, what I'm saying? I was in there and I couldn't wake up. And I was like, why am I like, but I went through the light. You gotta understand. And it made me understand why people kept trying to calm me down and they kept saying, like, you're okay, you know what I'm saying? Because once you go through the light, most of the time, if you go through the light, you've passed away. So they probably thinking I'm like, I did passed away, and they like, calm down, you good. You know what I'm saying? You ain't and who's to know? I probably did pass away. You know what I'm saying? I probably did pass away, and my soul was like, nope, I am not dead. Because I was thinking when I came back, I said, man, I was probably gonna be on that couch out of it. You know what I'm saying? That was like, because I was in there for a long time. Okay, it says, any updates on your friend who was trapped in the lower astral realm who was hit by the train? He already, what I'm saying, moved on to a better place. You know what I'm saying? That was been a while ago. And he didn't actually get hit by well, I guess he did in the lower rounds, but he was trying to take himself out because he thought he was dreaming. But yeah, that's been he's been to a better place by now. At least the last time I seen him, it says Joseph, they feed on the fear. Yeah, they do feed on the fear. At 4ThEye, was that where you were yelling, I can't wake up, and a woman ran out to you and touched your foot? She touched my the palm, she rubbed the palm of my hand like this. But yeah, that's the place. That's the place. Yeah, timeless soul. Exactly. Yep, that's a factory. But yeah, that's it's all a game. It's this is like, man, it's so interesting about how much information is out there on the internet now about these topics. Now, some of it seems like some people are it seems like some people might be stretching the truth a little bit, but but it's a lot of people giving out good information. You know what I'm saying? And it's a good time because back then when I first started trying to make videos, it wasn't a lot of people. It was a very small group of people talking about this because everybody was like, "Nigga, y'all crazy." But yeah, man, I like what I'm seeing on a lot of people's channels. When I get the chance, I just go tap in and see what they talk about, and it's a lot of good content out there. Now, some ones that's like they be talking about some other stuff, like, "Oh man, if you have an out of body, you're gonna get trapped, or you're gonna be stuck out your body. Something's gonna hop into your body and start walking around eating breakfast and shit." Like, no, motherfucker, that ain't how that shit work. Like, you think somebody just gonna hop up in my body? Fuck no, you ain't hopping up in my body. You hop up in my body, you better go do some work. Let me chill in the astral realm. Go to work for me, and then when you get off, I hop back in. No, boy. You ain't gonna be doing me dirty like that. It says, "Oh wow, love that, happy for him. That one made me emotional." Oh, for real? Yeah, it was sad to me when I experienced the first time, like seeing him like that. It was sad, but I seen him about 4 times. It says, "Just got here. Glad I caught you live. Had an OBE like yours where I was learning to walk on water with some people. I then dove in and I could breathe in it. It was awesome. I could feel the waves. Yeah, you can breathe underwater. I used to didn't know that when I first was like having out of bodies and I went into some water. I was sitting there trying to hold my breath, and I woke up and I was like, "Oh shit!" I was holding my breath for nothing. It says the Great Awakening definitely working in the OBE world. That's what's up. That's what's up. Love you, 4ThEye. Thank you. Hey, all love. You know what I'm saying? Much love to all y'all. You're a warrior. No wonder you used to fight a lot when you were younger. Yeah, yeah. I feel like it's in I do be feeling like it's just in me because even in the out of body, I'm super protective. Like I remember I had an out of body experience and I was walking in this grass. It's like a field, looked like a park was supposed to be there, but it was like I was walking and I seen this group of dudes, and it was a woman walking, and they started messing with her, like like messing with her, pulling on her and stuff. And I walked over there, and I was in one of them lower places, and I walked in there, and when I walked to him, I was told him I was like, "Hey, leave her alone," because in them lower places, I'm gonna give y'all some nuggets. In them lower places, you have some people would consider them. Some people would be thinking that they're demons. They'd be like, "Oh, that's a demon," because they vibrate low and they act very aggressive, but they're actually like souls that's just there that don't want to leave. You know what I'm saying? And the more they stay in there, the lower their vibration is. So they are. That's why when you go to those lower places, you don't need to stoop to that level. In most cases, you need to always keep your awareness because you don't want to go down there and start to be like them. Even when I did what I'm about to tell y'all I did, I wasn't operating correctly within that realm because I told them to leave her alone. They wouldn't leave her alone. We was walking to this store, like this storefront. As soon as we got to that door, they kept on. Then they started trying me. I grabbed one of the dudes by the back of his head and then just slammed his head against the wall. And the other dude I just hit. He fell out. He fell out. And I walked out. I told her to go away, like walk out. I meant to try to see if she was like, if she needed some help to go to the other side or something like that. But about time I had grabbed her and told her to come to me, I started fading out like I was falling asleep and I just woke up. But I feel like I wasn't operating correctly within that experience. It says everybody make sure to hit the like button on these vibe shows. Yeah, do that and hit that hype button when you see it on the I don't know if you can see that on this video right now, but yeah, like if you're new, subscribe. It says really want to try the food out there. Yeah, some of the food is good. Well, most of the time when I ate food in the out of body state, it's like I could taste every flavor. What's happening? Welcome back. Welcome back. I'm surprised you up. Welcome back. Yeah, like he beat up them two dudes on that couch for a time. I was fighting out of fear. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was fighting out of fear, especially in that experience. I was fighting out of fear because I was shocked. Everybody has this fight or flight, but when I'm in a situation where they saying get him, oh yeah, we about to fight. I'm finna defend myself. But I had one experience one time that tripped me out. Oh, you work nights? Okay, that's what's up. Now you got something to listen to. You know what I'm saying? But I had this experience one time where I came out my body and I was in this house. This house had the lowest vibration of any house that I've projected into. I look at myself. I have no shirt on. I have boxers on. I have boxer those boxers. I don't even wear those type of boxers, but them boxers, them loose ass boxers. So I have no shoes on, no shirt, with just boxers on. And I'm walking around this house. And mind you, I feel physical. I feel this feels real, but it's really dense in this house. And I'm walking around this house and I'm looking at stuff. I look at the table. It's a Bible on the table. And I'm like, why does it feel so dense in here if it's a Bible on the table? I started looking at the pictures and I'm like, these pictures of people that I do not know at all because I'm obviously black and they were white. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at these pictures and I'm like, who house am I in? So I'm like, as I'm walking through the house, I'm like, I got to get up out of here. And when I walked out, I tried to walk outside. I looked at myself and I'm like, damn, I'm in my boxers because I still had that physical mind, like, I don't need to be seen with just boxers on walking around because you got to think you feel like you're in a like this reality, but it's just a little bit more clear, like it's a little bit more vibrant. So, but this place was the house was dense. Outside wasn't as dense as it was in that house. It had some creepy vibes. So I walk outside and I'm like, I need to go outside. And then next you know, I see a car pull up. I run back in the house and I shut the door and I'm looking out the window and I'm trying to see, is they coming to this house? As soon as I see it's a man, he walk out the car and he started walking to the house. I'm like, oh shit. I'm in these people's house and he about to walk in. This creepy feeling in his house. So I run to the kitchen and I'm like trying to find a back door. Ain't no damn back door. I'm like, where the fuck is the back door? So I'm looking for the back door. He walks in the house. I'm in there in boxes. I'm like, this is some bullshit. And then I start thinking, like, is this a pedophile? Like, is this a, you know what I'm saying? Is this somebody that's on some weirdo stuff? And I done had an out of body of a person in a different life. And I'm in this, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like being, you know what I'm saying, done dirty. So, you know, so I'm not trying to say the words, but he walks in the house and I'm in the kitchen and I'm not trying to figure out what do I do next. I'm like, wake up, wake up. I wouldn't wake up. So I'm like, oh shit. He comes in there, he sees me. He's like, hey, hey, creepy ass voice. Calm down. What's your name? Like this and this, talking to me. He getting close. I'm like, back up, bro. Like back up. He like I'm like back up, bro, because I'm in my head. I'm like, I'm gonna piece your ass up. You ain't about to do me. You ain't about to just talk to me like this, and it's really dense. And he's still talking to me like it's okay, you're all right. And I'm like, hell no, let me get the fuck up out of here. I started wake up, wake up, wake up. Finally, when I did that, I woke up in the bed. I was like, I don't know what the hell that was, but he had some super predator vibes. I was like, I don't want no problems with this. I don't want to deal with this. Panic room, panic button. That's why I need to start manifesting when I'm in the experience. If it's negative, just a panic button. Wake my ass up. I don't want to deal with this. Sounds like a scene from a horror movie. And it could be. You know what I'm saying? It's some experiences that I had that I probably could write a movie with. It says, oh nah, I hit you with that stranger danger voice. Yeah, they hit me with that Peter Grit. What's that what the dude on Family Guy? Mm-hmm. You want some candy? You want some candy, little boy? You trying to get me, bro. I was like, why I'm in boxers? This ain't right. This is not right at all. It's like when I had an out of body, I was butt ass naked. It's like, why am I butt ass naked? Like, I wouldn't even sleep butt ass naked, I don't think. No, let me say that. I wouldn't even sleep butt ass naked. I come out the body, I'm butt ass naked. Helicopter, helicopter. Any reason do you think experiences like that are symbolic for something that's trying to be shown to you? Yeah, I just don't understand what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm still to this day trying to figure out what the hell was I experiencing and why. Savage, you laugh. LOL, Herbert the pervert. Yeah. Mhm. Come on in this basement, little boy. Yeah, we don't need. I don't want no problems with that. It says film studios need to tap into the whole OBE scene more. There is some much potential here. Yeah, for real. I wish I could. I wish I had the finances to make my own movie. You know what I'm saying? I'll make a dope ass movie, but I need. It'd probably take a lot of money because I want it to be. I want you to feel like you. I want people to watch it and be like, yo, this is exactly like how an out of body really feels. Because a lot of times these movies they have truth in it, but then it be some of it be so it be off. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like Insidious with the being trapped outside the body and all that stuff. It's like, damn, now you done made people even more terrified of the experiences because you spreading the lie of being trapped outside your body. Or like the movie, or not the movie, the show, through her eyes or something like that. Like it's like it has truth in it, but it's like when she astral projected out her body, and then the other one astral projected out her body, then she like, oh, she's absent from her body. Let me go back and go inside her body instead of being in my own. Like that is not true. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it's entertainment. But it makes people that do not know about these experiences think that it's true. They like, oh yeah, you're gonna get somebody gonna go into your body when you outside your body. Like how, buddy? How? It says, I've been thinking, can people slash beings in some of the places you've been to have OBEs and come to our realm and would be able to see them? Probably so. You know what I'm saying? Probably so. I don't know. But in some of the beings there, they can do they understand that we who we are and what we're doing in some of these places. So I'm not sure. I don't know. It's possible though. I just wish Hollywood wasn't controlled by those weirdos. We can have so much more meaningful movies shown to the public. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But sometimes when you put the truth in there, they don't want to put it out because it frees people's minds. It says that shows through your eyes. It's cold. Yeah, it was good. It was just like, dang, why you gotta make it? Why you gotta put that in it? You know what I'm saying? Like, why you gotta put the part where they swap the bodies and stuff? Like, now it makes people like, oh no, don't have out of body. Somebody's gonna come into your body. Go set some breadcrumbs on the ground so you can find your body again. Like, how is that gonna work? You know what I'm saying? But you know what's crazy? I've been having out of bodies every day lately, and I ain't been trying to. I haven't been trying to. I really just been trying to sleep. But I've been having out of bodies, but they haven't been like anything that was like significant or like how I say like it wasn't nothing that I was like, oh my god, mind blowing. I just been like doing simple shit, like kicking it with people and shit. Like it's people that like it's like an energy, like you like an out of body. Sometimes you will see somebody in the out of body, and it might not look safe. For instance, you see like your sister or something, but it doesn't look like your sister. But it has this energy signature about it that this is your sister. Like it's like you'll have experiences like that where you'll see family members, and I'll be like, you having an out of body experience, and you probably don't know it. Says yeah, Hollywood always on some BS. Yeah, they do be on some BS. It's a lot of movies. It's a lot of ideas that I have that I just can't do right now. And I can't even really talk about them too much because you don't want your idea to get stole. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, I feel like they be watching us anyway and they be taking stuff and be like, that'd be interesting as a story. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember I had that out of body and I was watching a movie called A Girl Named Ava. Then I seen a movie called Ava, but it wasn't, I don't know if it's anything the same as my dream. She was like a little girl and she was like a chosen one. It says, do you have your own dimensional space that you go to a lot? I don't think I go to it a lot, but I believe I do. I mean, I know I do, but I don't think I go to it a lot. I think I'll be always going to other places all the time. Sometimes I stay in the same place for a little bit and then I'll just go somewhere else. Sometimes just chilling and vibing on the other side without doing anything crazy can be the best experiences, at least for me. Yeah, most of the time that's what I'm doing. I'm just chilling, just vibing out. You know what I'm saying? I ain't doing too much. I be having regular conversations with people. I done been in a room where people been like so excited to see me because they knew I was in an out of body experience. And that's some of the weirdest stuff to me. You know what I'm saying? That's some of the weirdest stuff to me. They just be asking you questions and stuff. Like, so where does it call where you from and this and that? It's like that. But I'll be thinking to myself, like, this is a realm where people are existing, or this is a lower realm where people have passed away and they understand that they've passed away, but they just haven't moved on fully. But it's like you can see me, but if you can, I don't know, it's weird. It's weird. I just have a theory about that I've been working on in my own brain. It says, yeah, for sure, definitely keep them ideas in your memory bank. A time will come for them. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Some filmmakers most likely get their movie ideas from these realms. Some say they've seen the creatures in some movies in the spirit realm. Yes, you will see some of the creatures. You remember, I don't know if y'all watched that cartoon, Airbender. I think it's called Airbender or Avatar. He's like the Avatar or something like that. You know that little animal that be with him with the big ears and stuff? I've came out of an apartment complex in an out of body experience and seen like 30 of them suckers. They looked like that, but they didn't have that the long, I don't know if he got a long tail or not, but they didn't have a long tail. They looked almost like cats, but they looked like that deal. Says you got some tunes playing in the background, or am I tripping? No, I don't have no tunes playing. Let me make sure. Let me make sure. You might not be tripping. No, I don't think you tripping. It was that ooh nah nah nah. Yeah. Ooh, I didn't even know that was playing. Damn. Thank you for catching that. Let me see. Have y'all seen the new trailer for the movie Disclosure by Stephen King? No, I haven't. I need to go check that out. Thought this world was big, but I guess it ain't nothing compared to what's out there. That kind of is scary though. They gonna lie, not gonna lie. Yeah, it's real big out there. Says that 4th. Who is your favorite Dragon Ball Z character? And you already know who that is. It's Goku. That my dog, man. We used to kick it back in the day, turning into Super Saiyans and stuff. My hair used to turn blind and shit. It's a fucking net. See, every time I talk, the little homie want to come out of nowhere and be like, "Can I talk on the mic and shit?" No, stay over there with that orange. God damn. Nah, oh shit. Hold up, hold up. Please watch it. Yeah, I need to watch it. I need to see it. Okay, somebody said, "Is hell real?" Hell is a state of mind, and if you are, if you believe it, you will manifest into that type of dimensional space. Now, I can't say that it's not a dimensional space that's like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I've seen some places, and a lot of people will say, "Oh, those are places you created," but a lot of times they're not. And I don't really go too much into it, but a lot of those places like that are they are, you can get out of those places, but a lot of people don't know you can get out of those places because they just don't know. You know what I'm saying? It vibrates so low. So the occupants, the people who are there, while they're there, their vibration is being lowered on a daily. So it's like imagine it like your energy low, you can't go to any place that's at a higher vibratory state, you know, that's vibrating higher. But you can go in there, you can kind of save those people from out of their place, but it's not an easy task. It's not an easy task to do. What I also feel that do is push these horror movies on us, so it's in our subconscious, and we end up manifesting stuff we see in the movies on the other side. Yeah, that's possible. I think that does happen. It says we all love Goku. It says so evil people will not be punished. Not that everybody's gonna deal with their karma. Everybody's gonna deal with their what they do. You're gonna face the consequences in some type of way. But when you go to that other side, you're not even gonna think about the evil people the way you think about them now. You know what I'm saying? It's different. You know what I'm saying? It's different. But some evil people, they probably gon' they might, you know what I'm saying? They might be in places that you wouldn't expect. But they're gonna have to deal with their karma no matter what. They definitely gonna have to deal with their karma. But yeah, it's these like you have some we have some strange experiences, and sometimes it's a little difficult to explain them, especially the higher realms, because when you get back here, even in your mind you have this image. In your mind you know what it looks like, you know the image that you're thinking in your mind, but then when you try to describe it, it's like, damn, how do I put this into words? You know what I'm saying? What I've seen. It's been places that I've seen that was like regular, like this, but it's still hard to explain. It's like because I want y'all to really understand how it felt there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wish I could really make a movie and really give people that feel, like how it really feels. Maybe do like a first person type, some of the parts of the movie and stuff. But I really wish I could do that. And you know what? One day I might manifest that and it might happen, and y'all might see the next, what I'm saying? It's some movies that y'all should watch too. Waking Life, Astral City. Um, it's a lot of different movies you can watch that's dealing with these things. What Dreams May Come, not Insidious, Inception. Um, yeah, it's a lot of places. It says, do they pay bills in other realms? I don't believe they do. Nah, I don't believe they pay no bills in the other realms. That's here. Language hinders your ability to explain these things on the other side. Yeah. Yeah, because it's like we don't have the language to. It's colors you might see on the other side that you can't even explain, like what color that is. You'd be like, I seen a color that was like a reddish, pinkish, purplish, yellowish, and you name it all these different colors, and you're like, how do you explain what it is all put together and moving in a way that you like? It's like, how do you explain that? Shine like a yes. It says they just don't want us to discovering that we can leave our bodies whenever we want. They're punk asses know that if people start to understand what they are, they won't be able to control us with fear. Yes, that's a fact. That's a fact. People won't put up with so much that they put up with. It says I hear people say they talked to or seen Jesus, but what about Lucifer slash Satan? I feel like the stories are manipulated when we really don't know the truth to anything about him if he's real. Yeah, I've seen some experience. I mean, I heard some near death experiences where people say they went to some really dark places and they seen Lucifer, they seen this and that. But I've also seen some where they say they seen Jesus as well, Yeshua, which is his real name. Um, but yeah, but some people they already have those religious beliefs. And that's the thing when you go to and I ain't saying nothing wrong with people having their belief systems, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with you being a Christian. I don't too much care about what anybody practices because I was raised Christian. You know what I'm saying? But I have a different understanding of what's out there than most Christians and they don't really agree with what I gotta say. You know what I'm saying? So we just gonna bump heads. It says, why our souls pick this realm and other realms are free. You pick this for specific reasons. You might not know why you picked it now, but eventually one of these days you're gonna realize why you picked it and why you know what I'm saying, why you go through what you go through, all these things. We pick it because you know what I'm saying, we wanna grow. We want to expand. We want to become like this is like a training. This is like you learn a lot by being on this earth. It's just you don't want to get lost. You don't want to become too attached to this. And a lot of people don't understand what it means when it comes to being attached. They think saying I'm not attached to this reality or attached to this realm means that you don't care about anything and all that stuff. But it's not that. It's that I still care about everything, my family, care about all this stuff, but I'm not attached to it. I can have on $1,000 shirt, and if I spill something on, it, I'm gonna throw that shirt away just like it was a $20 shirt because I don't care about that. Now I ain't buying no shirt for no $1,000, just so you know. Look, I owe that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't financially stupid, financially hot. Says, remember you seen the Jesus looking figure who was walking on the water and he split the sky open and flooded the realm. Yeah, man, I didn't even remember that one to be honest with you. I forgot about that. That's crazy. Yeah, I forgot about that one. I'm glad you brought that up. It's a lot of experiences that I like. I have so many of them that sometimes I don't even be remembering off the back. Sometimes when I'm reading y'all comments, experiences just be popping up in my head. It says we are infinite beings, and I still wonder what that meant. You know what I'm saying? He split the sky and water just came down from the sky. We are infinite beings, so there's these lives can be extremely hard, but they are short in terms of infinity. It's like 1 nanosecond. We knew that before coming. Yeah, we knew a lot before we came here. And when you go back, your mindset gonna change again. You know what I'm saying? You might leave and be like, I want to do it again. That was pretty fun. Now I hope that I don't do that. You know, I hope that I'll be like, you know what I'm saying? I'm cool. I'm done. I've had enough. I struggled enough. I used to be asking myself, like, man, why is it that? Because I felt like I've been in survival mode since I was a kid. Like, I don't feel like I've ever been at a point in my life where I didn't feel like I was in survival mode. And I'm like, why? But it has been moments as an adult, but I was like, damn, why have I been through a struggle since I was young? But that struggle helped me to appreciate things. I've learned a lot by being in environments that I shouldn't have been in. You know what I'm saying? It says, do you ever worry of not coming back into your body during astral traveling? No. I used to when I was younger, but now I don't. I used to worry about that because I was afraid. You know what I'm saying? I didn't understand what was really going on, but I used to be afraid. Says two. Says, yeah, you said it scared you. Yeah, it did. I was like, what the hell going on? The water coming out? Like, oh hell no. He tried to kill us. But you know, I had a experience a long time ago, and I did talk about this on one of the videos that I had that's posted on my channel. I just don't remember which video it is, but I was talking about how what was it? It was the Elohim, and it was the time where I was talking about being in I came to a house and there was a bunch of people sitting down just talking. And when I looked at this lady, I looked at her in the eyes because I'm so used to I would look people in the eyes to see if they were negative. So I looked her in the eyes. And when I did that, she looked at me and was like with a look of surprise, and she ran and she went and grabbed this baby and ran out the house. Now, was more to this experience, but I talked about it before, so I'm just making it short. But she ran out the house with the baby, and me thinking that she was stealing this baby or doing about to do some harm to this baby, I ran out and started chasing her. She was running and running. She got to this waterfall and she ran through the waterfall. So I ran through the waterfall with her. And on the other side, it was a man with a burgundy robe on. And he took the baby and he just turned around and started running. And I looked and I started chasing after him. He was with a group of like six other people. And when I was chasing him, I started trying to grab him with my energy and pull him back because I was thinking I was about to save this baby. Trying to pull them back, and they stopped and they turned to me and rose their arm up like this and was like, "Stop! What? Why are you trying to harm us?" And I'm like, "What?" I'm thinking they trying to harm the baby, and I'm like, "What? What you mean? Like I'm not trying to harm you. I'm trying to save that baby." And it was like the dude turned around, looked at me, had the baby in his arm, and the baby he like pushed the baby like energetically into his body, and there was no more babies in his arm. And I'm like, what the fuck did I just see? And I started walking up to him, and he was like, he said, everybody started telling me their names, but it was like names that I could not understand. Like it was like that I could not remember when I woke up. I only remember one name because the man at the that had the baby in his arm, he said, I am Elohim. And I said, I heard that name before because like in that experience, I didn't really have all the memories of this physical reality. I was there. So I was like, I heard that name before, but it didn't ring a bell to me at that time. And we started walking and he started talking to me, telling me about myself and telling me that like I wasn't as bad of a person as I thought. Cause I always would look at myself as like, man, I must be a bad person and this and that. That's why I'm going through certain stuff and all that stuff. And he was like talking to me about that same stuff. And I'm like, had me in there crying and stuff. And he said the church is not being what it was intended to be. He said, I'm having a daughter. And I said, what did that like? I'm like crying, right? I'm like kneeled down and he's like over me, just talking to me like he's talking to me like a son damn near. But he's like, I'm having a daughter. The church is not being what it's intended to be. And I was like, okay. Didn't really understand what he was talking about or what he meant about that. But then as I woke up, I was like, he probably ain't wrong that the church ain't being what it's intended to be because it's a whole bunch of craziness going on within the church at this. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of crazy. Have you seen above the firmament? What firmament? What is out there? I've never technically seen the firmament to be honest. Like I don't really look for it. You know what I'm saying? When I would come out my body and I would leave the earth, I wouldn't even be really like I look at the earth a couple times. One time I looked at the earth, it looked like it was in a snow globe. One time I left, I looked at the earth, it looked like a circle. You know what I'm saying? It did like So I was like, I don't really too much focus on the firmament and all that stuff. Usually when you sitting in that space where you like out into that outer space type feel, you can hear noises like crashing, like like different sounds and stuff. And it's these like dark clouds that's out there too. It's when you sit still. When you flying, you might see like it might feel like you're in a star field sometimes. It doesn't, you don't see that all the times. Every time you pop out your body and you go into that outer space. But when you pop out of what you would consider is the firmament, it almost feels like you dipped into water. You know what I'm saying? It feels weird. It gets cool. Like you will start feeling this cool feeling. It says, what was that technique you said do while trying to have an OBE? Which one you talking about? The fallback technique? It says base reality, right? Beyond the firmament. Yeah, I believe. I don't really, it's a Elohim in different contexts. It can also refer more broadly to gods, divine beings, so powerful, or powerful spiritual entities. Yeah, in Hebrew it means many gods, and it doesn't. You know what I'm saying? I know what it. I know what it is. You know what I'm saying? We are all Elohim. Yeah, for show, for a shit show. So we come into Earth realm through water. Yeah, basically. You know what I'm saying? Some people will say the triple darkness. You know what I mean? You hear me? It says, what is the most interesting realm? The most, sadly, the most interesting realm that I've seen has been, well, no, I can't say that. I don't even know if I can tell you what's the most interesting realm because it's a lot of them. Like I've said, I've been to realms where it's just like I ain't gonna say they orbs, but little white balls, and they just flying around. It's like beautiful as hell there. The sky is like purplish blue. It's like flowing grass in the wind. It's like these little white balls just flying everywhere. The first time I went there, they landed on me, and I got freaked out because when they landed on me, I could feel like my energy started like vibrating, like, and it kind of freaked me out a little bit. And I woke up, but it's a lot of interesting realms and stuff. Even some of the lower plane, the lower vibrational realms is like they're pretty interesting because of what you might see. You know what I'm saying? There's a bunch of craziness in there. You know what I mean? See people fighting in the middle of the street. It's a good question. Fair to say that lady water broke when she had me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's a lot of interesting realms. It's been realms of like where that I've been where I felt like I was like a fly, little as hell, and everybody was big as like I was literally chilling in this like a living room, a big ass living room with these giants, and I was sitting on one of the dude's shoulders, and we was just having a conversation. Like it was just talking, like chopping it up, laughing, all kind of stuff. It wasn't even like he was telling me no deep information. We was just chopping it up, and I was sitting there walking on this dude's shoulder. I was like, and the crazy part is like when I came out my body and I ended up in that place, I was scared at first, but then it was like I went on this autopilot type thing, and I just started like experiencing. Then I became aware again, and then it's like, oh, what the hell am I doing on this big ass dude's shoulder? But then I realized, oh, we was kicking it. It was cool. So I was like, it says, is the Garden of Eden in another realm? Yes, I believe so. I've never been to that realm. I mean, I've never been to the Garden of Eden. At least I don't think I have. So I can't really tell you too many facts on that. It says, what's crazy is I had a dream about a realm that looks like planet Namek from Dragon Ball Z. Oh, that's what's up. I've had some, man. I've been to some like I took like I had life experience. I had an experience where I was a little boy, and well, I wasn't a little boy at first. I was a warrior, and I knew how to speak the language of each tribe in this realm that I was in. And there was another tribe that was like these tall, skinny, grayish brown beings, and they was slim. And I was a warrior, and I had abilities and all that stuff. And they tricked me into going through this light, and I ended up being incarnated, reincarnated as a child. And they tried to kill me as a kid, and that was the weirdest shit I've experienced. Cause I was like, what the fuck? I was experiencing the whole thing. Like they was hiding me as a child. I knew how to write in a different language. I knew how to write in a different language, and I was writing it outside on this wall. And this old man seen me, and he told me to stop because if they catch me, they're gonna end up killing me. And I was like, damn, that's crazy. Like, why they want to do that? It's like because when you get older, you're gonna have too much power, and they won't be able to stop you. And I was like, that's crazy. Like to experience something like that and be like, damn, it felt real. Have you ever seen red hair giants? I'm not sure. They probably had red hair. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It says for the some might ask, how do you know your out of body experiences aren't just your imagination? What would you say to that? Experience it for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people is gonna not they not gonna believe what you experience, but they have to experience it for themselves. I can't knock what somebody says that hasn't had the experience. You know what I'm saying? If they believe it's not real, I'll be like, cool. Hey, if you don't believe it's real, it's not real. You know what I'm saying? If you believe it's an imagination, it's an imagination. Until they experience it for themselves, they're not gonna truly believe they're not gonna truly know it. They can believe it, but they're not gonna truly know it. They have to feel it for themselves. And even when it comes to the crazy experiences that I have, once they start getting into having more, they'll realize, okay, this ain't nothing this ain't just an imagination. And the thing about imagination is people don't realize it's like we have this thing where we call everything either imagination or it's fake, it's not real. But the thing about what's real and what's fake is like if I can sit here and imagine something and I can see it in my mind, how is that not real? It's something real about that because I'm seeing it in my mind's eye. If I'm even the dreams, even though it might be your subconscious that you're dealing with, it's still real. You know what I'm saying? It might not be real to everybody, but it's real. You know what I'm saying? It says, how long does astral traveling last? It depends on your level of awareness. You know what I'm saying? It depends on that. It's different for everybody. Sounds like the Kandar giants. I have to look that up. It says, good morning, brother. I'm happy to catch you live. Hey, what's happening? Appreciate you for popping up. Welcome back. Good answer. Appreciate you, prop. Appreciate you, Philo. That's what they are called. Thanks. Okay, let me see. Or it's a dream. Yeah, a lot of people like to say it's a dream, it's this and that because they say, oh, it was just a dream because they want to basically discredit what you experienced. You know what I'm saying? Even if they don't know that's what they're doing, they be like, it could have just been a dream. But even if it was just a dream, it don't take away the fact that it was real and that it happened because you was conscious and you were aware. You know what I'm saying? You were conscious and aware. Okay, let me go down. It says, yep. Yeah, a lot of people like to say that. It's like, but the thing about an outer body is that when you separate from your body, you feel yourself separate from your body. You cannot how can I say? You just ain't gonna be like, man, that's something ain't real like about that. Cause when you feel yourself actually separate from your body, you won't be able to deny it. The only thing that might trip you out is what you might experience. That's where a lot of people end up saying, oh man, I don't think that was real because they experienced something that their mind is not used to. You know what I'm saying? It's discomfort because they like this can't be real. You know what I'm saying? Some way we are all in pods. Is this it says some say we are all in pods. Is this something? No, I don't believe that. But that's their perspective. I'm not gonna knock what they say, but I don't believe that. Maybe their soul group is. I don't know. But what's happening? Becoming awake. You back in a bed and welcome to the live. Welcome to the kick Bizak. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, I see. Let me see. Hold on. Let me read that. It says, I woke up in one of those before. What are those? Let me see. So they say. But a lot of people say that, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we are just somewhere sitting in a pod. That might be a different reality or life that you was living in, where you was in a pod. You know what I'm saying? And you could be true. It could be true. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to even knock it. But from my experience, I don't believe that we are in pods. But I ain't gonna say that it's not a possibility because people have experienced it. You know what I'm saying? I don't knock people's experiences, but that's what most people do when they haven't experienced it. They just be like, nah, just off the bat, they got to say, nah, that didn't happen to them. They crazy. They don't know what they talking about. Okay, let me say, if you seen just what I seen, then you know just what I. Oh yeah, manifest. Yeah, I learned to stop like because I used to argue with people about if out of bodies is real and stuff, and I learned that you can't argue with people about if out of bodies is real. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not gonna be able to. It's like that you can't satisfy them with what the information you're gonna give them. Yeah, I separated from my body. They're gonna be like, that don't mean nothing to them because they never did it. They never felt it. They never felt that energy going through their body. They never felt the feeling of separating their consciousness separating from the body. They never felt being in an out of body experience and feeling the sensation of the wind blowing, feeling the sun on them, being able to look at the sun without squinting your eyes. They ain't never been flying through the air and going into outer space and feeling the coolness. They ain't never seen otherworldly beings and feel the physicality of the experience. You know what I'm saying? So they don't understand it, and that's fine. One day they will. Everybody, everybody, it's a guarantee that everybody, one day, they're going to know what people that's talking about these experiences is saying is true. It says, can't wait till I have an OBE. I understand it's a process and you can't rush it. Yeah, you're gonna have it. Don't even trip. It says, what's the best way to become aware in your lucid dream? I don't necessarily. I feel like you need to create some type of understanding before you even that you know that when you go into the out of body state, either you look at your hands. The thing about it, you have to become like I don't know how you actually because sometimes when I become aware of my out of bodies, it's because I seen something that kind of shocked me or something. Or I'll be like, man, it's like I will become aware out of nowhere. Like, oh, I'm dreaming. I'm not always lucid in my dreams. You know what I'm saying? So I can't but most of the time if I realize that I'm in a lucid dream, I look at my hands and I become more conscious. I just start playing around with stuff. I start trying to lift stuff up and then I try to do my little fall back technique. It says I've often lucid dreams and kind of forget to bring my awareness. Yeah, it happens to the best of us. Is the silver cord real? I've never seen a silver cord coming from my body, but some people have, so I can't say it's not real. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people they be like, your silver cord gonna get cut. I ain't never seen it. You know what I'm saying? I might get tangled up. I be doing a lot of stuff. I can't be having no silver cord on my bodies. But even if it is, you probably don't see it unless you want to see it. It says, yeah, tell them again, 4ThEye. You don't know what that firmament water feel like. Yeah, that's a different type of swim. Yeah. Hold on, yeah. But yeah, that's true. It feel cool. It says if it's lucid, I think that means you're lucid aware. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But you can become more lucid within the lucid body. Well, I said within the lucid body, within the lucid dream, you can become more aware. But if you already know you're dreaming, you're aware. But to become more aware, to have the out of body experience, that might be a little different for you because you got to remember to try to have that out of body. Sometimes you become lucid and just start kicking it. It says, did I read the last one? Yeah, I did. It says, I was running through a forest and you can feel everything. It's a trip for sure. Yeah, for sure. I became aware different ways too. Sometimes I see something that looks off and I'm like, hey, I'm dreaming. Yep. It's little things that be having me like, I'm okay, I'm in a dream. Have you ever met any biblical characters like Moses, Solomon, Diva? Damn, I'm sorry. Excuse me. But Jesus, Yeshua, I've seen him. I was called Solomon in an experience where I went to the mountains of Kenya. Now, I didn't know I was in the mountains of Kenya until the lady told me that. She was like, you have the spirit of Solomon all over you. I don't know if she was talking about that Solomon, but she had me tripping out because I didn't know what she was talking about at first. And I was like, I hope this ain't no demon because she was like, you got the spirit of Solomon all over you. I was like, damn. When I read about he was a king and he had all these women, I was like, am I a whore? Not, do I need to be polygamous? Nah. It says, I think the silver cord is a safety mechanism to keep them feeling safe. Definitely a thought manifestation. Yeah. Now I believe it's real, but I don't believe it can be cut. And I don't believe you're gonna see it all the times. Like people think you're gonna see it, like you're just gonna be flying and you're gonna see that silver cord and somebody will be like, "Hi, I'm gonna cut it. Let me cut that silver cord." Like, nah. You cut my silver cord, you gonna be doing me a favor. Nah, I'm gonna be out there kicking it. Say I'm out there laughing. It says, same with me. My intentions would change something around me and I look confused, slowly becoming aware. Then I wake up. That's how I remember most of my dreams. I always wake up when I notice it. And most of the time when you're dreaming and you're lucid, when you wake up, you don't make sure you don't move. You gotta sit there and let that dream, you know what I'm saying, download into you. You know what I'm saying? Just start thinking about everything within that dream so you can recall it. Hold up. I just went on this. Oh yeah, I did read it. It says, yeah, I always start kick in and then have crazy realistic dreams with dialogue and shit. And every time I wake up, I'll be like, damn, I missed it again. Yeah, I've done it plenty times. I'll be like, man, I just missed the opportunity. I didn't like when I was younger, I used to come out my body real fast. And I'll be like, but on accident. And then I'd be so scared that I would come back and I'll be like, damn, I just missed it again because I was so scared. It says a lot of indie ears see them. Yeah. Yep. It's a lot of indie near death experience that I've seen where they said they seen the silver cord. But I think you only see it if you want to see it, or maybe something needed you to see that. But you are always connected to your body. So that's something that's a very big possibility that is there. You might not just see it. But the fact that they think that you're gonna get it cut, it's going to sever once you die, once you completely leave. But no, it's so hard to bring your consciousness forward through a dream. The one time I tried to bring my awareness is by looking at my hand, and my hand was deformed. Yeah, your hands be deformed a lot when you try to look at that. Look at your hands; they start looking like deformed, look like they moving like weird. Uh, what you say? The silver cord is something Dolores Cannon made up. It's just a thought for safety. The essence the soul knows by contract when it's time. Okay, okay, that's some news I can use. You know what I'm saying? Awesome. Kenya in the building. If you were in Mount Kenya, researchers seem to believe that is Mount Zion from the Bible. Oh, that's dope. Yeah, I didn't even know. You know why I didn't know it was Kenya? Because I was ignorant. Because I didn't know nothing about like Kenya, period. And when I was flying in the outer body state, when I came out my body, I was flying. I started flying over these mountains with snow. And I was like, where am I at? And I'm flying, and it's like snow everywhere. And then when I look down, it's sunny. It's a place where I see like dirt in these buildings. They kind of look like a little apartment, but they was like little buildings. It was like a couple cars parked out there, and I was like, let me go down there. And when I flew down there, I landed like right in the middle, and I'm just looking at these buildings. There's these women with all white on, and they had these all white head wraps. And when I walked over there to the lady, and when I went to her, I was like, "Hey, how you doing?" And she was like, "Come in." And I walked in. It was a really tiny lady. She not tiny like how I'm doing in my head, but she was probably, if I was to imagine, she was probably like 4'9" or something. She was a tiny woman, little feet, little hands, and she was just sitting on a chair. And there was these other women with her. And I asked the lady, I said, "Where am I at?" And she said, "You're in the mountains of Kenya." And I was like, "What? It's snow on the mountains of Kenya?" I'm like, "It's snow in Africa?" I was tripping out because I was like, "What the hell?" And then I started talking to her, and then she told me to give my hand to her, and I gave her my hand. And I started, no, first I grabbed her foot, and I was like, "Dang, your foot is little." And I started like just having a little fun with him. And when she grabbed my hand, she was like, "You have the spirit of Solomon all over you." And she said some more things that I can't remember at the moment, but that was a trip to me because I was like, I didn't know at that time because I was young. I was like, it's snow in Africa. It was snow on the mountains. I said, this is dope. But then I was like, damn, who the fuck is Solomon? But that was dope though. It says, let me read some more comments. Well, remember fourth eye that Jesus being you seen mentioned. Something about David to you. Something about that. Damn, you bringing up out of bodies that I'm trying. I'm like, let me remember that one. Says that fourth are the people. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Okay, it says, are the people we talk to in dreams all creations of our own mind, or are some of them real people? Some of them could be real people that's just having a dream. Sometimes you can share dreams with other people. Sometimes you can be in somebody else's dream and not know it. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Question. Have you ever been to a realm where it's just reptilians and draconians? No. No, I haven't been there. I've probably been freaked out. Good thing I haven't. When I was young, I would have been freaked out like a mother. Like, oh my god, no. Reptilians and dragons. But now I wouldn't. Right now, I wouldn't be afraid if I went to a realm like that. I'd just chop it up with them. Do you think NDEs are different things to OBEs? No. Healthy body, like most of them report life reviews, but OBEs not so much. Because OBEs is you're not gonna experience a you're not gonna experience the life review like in the outer body like that. You are gonna experience things about your life that's gonna be the same as your near. You might have a life review in the outer body, but you gotta think those are two, even though they're the same process where you have an out of body experience, those are situations where you really might not come back. So you're having a full death experience. Not the death, but the reintegration process where you're remembering the experience of the life you had on this earth. But the thing is that the emotions are intensified when you're looking at the things you experience because you're going to experience it just like in the outer body. You can see things that you might have done and you're going to feel everything. Like you're gonna feel the emotions of that other person that you did wrong. You know what I'm saying? Most people can't take it. That's why they feel like they're being judged. But the thing is that they're judging themselves. They judging themselves, but they don't really realize it. But that gathering that information is you just gathering the information of the experience that you had. Reptilians probably cool beings minus the ones in the government. Yeah, that might be true. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I haven't had too many encounters except for that little hippie dude. He kind of looked like he was a reptilian, but he was like albino or something. It says I was just looking up the silver cord, and it says it's in Ecclesiastics. Okay, yeah, they do talk about it actually in the Bible, the silver cord. Yeah, because it talks about when your silver cord is cut, but most time when it's cut, that means you have passed on. You are gone. Albino. Yeah, he was what you know the picture I put on my Facebook. I mean, not my Facebook, my YouTube. I don't even be on Facebook, but yeah. Where the hell I put my phone at though? I am tripping, yo. But yeah, I don't even know how long. Okay, I've been on here an hour. I can still be on here for some more time. Um, but yeah, I haven't been to the realm where it's full of reptilians, but I might want to see that. It says the mountain is called the mountain of God in my native tribe. Many believe that they hid the Ark of the Covenant there. Yes, that mountain has snow. You really did see it. The only place that snows. For real? And I've never had anybody from Kenya that I could ask that question. So this is good that you on here. Like I appreciate you for being on here because now that verifies for me more that what I experienced was real. You know what I'm saying? Because I never asked anybody from Kenya. I just did like a little looked on the, you know what I'm saying, YouTube or Google search. I was like, I still don't know, but you know what I'm saying? That's what's up. I think not all reptilians or any other species are bad. It's basically a mix of good and bad, just like with some fallen Anunnaki beings too. Yeah, yeah, I believe that. The dude with the guitar, yeah, the dude with the guitar, the hippie. Hold up, let me see. Wow. Yeah, wow. You talking about the mountains of King? Like, yeah, that's what I was talking about. Like back in the day, I used to always try to like debunk my experiences. And that was one of the experiences that I was like, I don't know if I was really in the mountains of Kenya, but that's what she told me. And I was like, damn, it was sunny. And then the mountains had snow on them and stuff. And I'm like, this is trippy because I didn't know much about Africa, but it's a blessing that somebody from Kenya is on here to actually confirm what I experienced because I didn't know if I was actually, you know what I'm saying, seeing what I seen. It says, yeah, just looked it up. It snows on Mount Kenya in Kenya. Yeah, that's what's up. That's dope. I appreciate you too, brother. Glad I found you. Blessings. I appreciate it. You just gave me like, okay, so it's some other stuff that's it's somebody that's really from there because I can look at pictures, but I need somebody that really, you know what I'm saying? No, it says, well, if you did go to a reptilian or Draco realm, talk to them. They are the oldest beings incarnate here to Earth, so they would know a lot of truth. Remember, we have a part of them. Yeah, that's true. Our reptilian brain is because they are so high altitude. Yeah, yeah. And you know what? I got a friend from Kenya out here, and I've never asked him that question either. I meant to ask him that too, but I'm glad that you know what I'm saying Carol came on here and told me about Kenya. You know what I'm saying? I always wanted to. I'm like one of these days I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna go to the mountains of Kenya and I'm gonna see for myself because I'm like that was pretty dope. I had an experience with this. It was actually was it last year? It might have been the last year or the top of this year. I don't know if they was lions, but they looked like cats. But they was kind of like you know how lions look, but they was like white lions. You know what I'm saying? But they had like blonde mange, but like actual hair, but they like humanoid shape. And I didn't even realize it till I woke up, and then I was like, "What the fuck was that?" I was like, "They look like some damn cats." Because I never really been like I hear people talk about Lyrians, Palladians, the Anunnaki, all that stuff, but I kind of I don't bring them up a lot because when I see something, I want to see it organically. You know what I mean? And if that makes sense, I want to see it and not know what I'm seeing, so that when I look it up, I can be like, okay, this is real. This is real. It says Karuba. It says welcome. We love visitors. Yeah, I speak Swahili. He taught me what is it? What's hello my brother? What is it? Kaka Yangu. That's what he was always say. Every time I see my friend from Kenya, I'd be like, Kaka Yangu. Be like, Niezi Niezi. What is it? Poa Poa Manzi. Yeah. It says, yes, that's Lyran's beautiful, peaceful beings. Poa Poa Manzi. Says, yeah, you ever been I guess you ever been to a different being in any past life? Have I ever been a different being? Have you ever been a different being in a past life? Yes, I believe I have, but I haven't seen many of those experiences where I've been a different like being. I remember when I was a kid, I had the one where I was like this little weird looking elephant man dude, but not with the big ears, with a box shaped head, but had this elephant type skin. And as a kid, I used to have this the dream about that a lot. And I was like, what the hell was that? Because it felt so real. But we lived in like this deserty type place. But that's the only that might be the only one. And then one where I was like big as hell. Like I was like real big. My forearms was like this. Like I've had a few. But yeah. Yeah, I need to go to Kenya. You know what I'm saying? Give me a passport, go to Kenya, go kick it in the sun. That's probably where my, you know what I'm saying? Because I like sunny environments. Might need to go find me a wife in Kenya. You know what I'm saying? Nah, but yeah, yeah. These out of you. I love it when some of these these out of bodies get confirmed. It says yes, we speak Swahili. Yes, you speak well. Good job. It's the land of Hakuna Matata. Yeah, Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful day. Yeah, I want to learn more Swahili too. I want to learn more Swahili. I was actually learning a little bit, and I can't remember most of it, but I remember that because he used to always say it every day, like "Kaka Yangu," like. So I used to remember that all the time. Pwa pwa manzi. Like, yeah. I just need to. I feel like if I'm around somebody for a certain amount of time, I can learn their language. I can learn how they sound or pronounce words and stuff. I was talking to this it was this guy that came into the he came into my job and he was from Ghana. And I didn't know him, but I can tell by the way he looked. I was like, I asked him, I was like, "You from Ghana?" He was like, "How did you know I was from Ghana?" And I said, I could tell because Ghana people have a certain facial feature and they have like the back of their head, sometimes it be flat. But and their accent is different. And I said, I could tell by your accent. He was like, how could you tell by my accent that I was not from I was from Ghana? And I said, because Nigerians talk a little more aggressive. You know what I'm saying? And they always be saying like stuff like, why are you tripping with me? Oh, you what are you doing? Eh? Why are you trying to play with me? Oh, I was like, yeah, I know the difference between a Nigerian and a person from Ghana. Well, you know what I'm saying? Well, let me check some of these comments. All right. It says, do you think it's possible to open portals with frequencies in the physical? Yeah, I do. I don't know how to do it, but I think it's possible. It says, yes, Kaka Yangu, my brother. Yeah, I learned that one. So when I go to Kenya, I can be like, Kaka Yangu. I think I actually have some Kenyan in my DNA too. If I looked at my ancestry, some Kenyan DNA. I don't know. But that's an alchemist type of question. Which one? Which one? But yeah, I eventually one of these days in my life before I transition to the other side, I want to visit Africa. I actually wanted to move to Africa at one point. Still probably do. You know what I'm saying? I love the culture. You know what I'm saying? And the food. You know what I'm saying? I love all that stuff. I love to see it. I love to see it. It says, I saw that I was on a nature planet like Earth, but no people. I was incarnated as like a piece of fruit on a tree. It was to learn the symbiotic relationship between the ecological, what is it, ecology of the planet. Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. It says, gotta visit the motherland at some point. Yeah, you gotta visit the motherland at some point. That portals for sure. Yeah, for sure. I had an OBE. I definitely feel like I was a different version of myself. Two women were asking me questions that I couldn't answer because I didn't know who I was. They looked like they looked like, why is he acting dumb? That happened to me a lot of times. They be looking at me like, man, why you asking me these stupid questions? You're supposed to already know it. It says they be on Alchemist's head about them portals. Oh, the portals is real, man. The portals is real, man. But yeah, I do want to visit Africa. I actually want to live in Africa and build me a house in Africa. I would do that. I just want to be in peace. I'm at that age where I just want to be at peace. And I know y'all there too. Y'all just want to be at peace. I can and that being being the way that I am and having these experiences and dealing with certain spiritual things that I deal with, sometimes it can make it hard when trying to be in a relationship. So it's like I know that if I get in a relationship, I have to be in a relationship with a woman that understands me. You know what I'm saying? She have to be able to understand me that sometimes I'm probably gonna get quiet and I'm probably gonna go meditate and I need a little bit of silence because this spiritual journey is not just something that I play with. You know what I'm saying? If I'm meditate, I'm gonna meditate. And if but it's good to have if you have a woman that's really in it with you. You know what I'm saying? She can meditate with you. She can do the things with you, be involved with it. You know what I'm saying? Like if I was in a woman, she helped me with challenge, learn and all that stuff together. But sometimes it'd be hard because then it get into them little arguments. Oh, you think you special? Having out of bodies and shit. Yeah, go out your body and figure out what the hell you did wrong. You better go out your body and fix it. Nah, I feel well, okay. What's the comment? It says, "Nah, I feel that I would take a beachfront home and a dog and live out the rest of my days in peace for sure." You know what I'm saying? But having a woman with you it is a plus. You know what I'm saying? I would mind having me a nice little woman with me. You know what I'm saying? Peace. It says peach is number one. Joseph laugh. It says I'm only 20. I'm still trying to figure all this out. Yeah. Young bug, young bug. Nah, for real. It'd be hard. That's what I'm looking forward to. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking forward to finding somebody I can vibe with that's really gonna be in the same, you know what I'm saying, that I can learn from and they can learn from me. But sometimes you be in a relationship and somebody get mad at you and think that you're trying to be smart all the time. And the whole time you just trying to give them a little information. They be like, you think you're too smart. But So if you meet someone in real life, can you intuitively tell whether they are spiritual or have no soul? Yeah, you can. But sometimes you can be off a little bit because somebody can be, they can have that potential and you're seeing just that potential and they not actually there yet. You know what I'm saying? They not actually, they haven't actually made it there yet. They ain't did the shadow work. They ain't really did no work on themselves. It says, I find it hard in relationships too, even friendships, because people just don't understand. It takes a lot to stay true to myself. It's something I'm still learning. Yeah. This, us trying to damn, I can't even get the words out. Trying to evolve is not an easy process. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes people look at you like you got it all together, and the whole time you like, I gotta go meditate so I can organize my thoughts the right way because I might be about to spaz today. Today might not be the day. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, people think that spirituality looks like you're at peace all the time, like you just, and then the light comes, I'm perfectly fine today. No, if you upset, say you upset. Don't be holding that stuff in. Just because you spiritual don't mean that you can't be upset. It don't mean that you can't be mad, and it don't mean you ain't gonna mess up sometimes. Sometimes you're gonna mess up. Sometimes you're gonna fall off your path. Sometimes you're not gonna be who everybody wants you to be. You know what I'm saying? Or who you want to be. Sometimes you're gonna have to work on yourself and be like, let me build myself back up. You know what I'm saying? You fall off the wagon, get back on. It says, nah, I definitely need me a Gabrielle Union on the side too. For sure. For sure. It says, I had an OBE this morning and found out my best friend from childhood is one of my helpers on the other side. She was present with so much love to support me through something. Oh, that's dope. That's what's up. Y'all got that that's whole tribe. Y'all connected. You know what I'm saying? You feels me? Yeah, I've been yeah, sometimes you be looking for that partner that's just going that you can evolve with. A lot of times you can't evolve with some of these people you be with. You be like, man, I like this person. They on the same level as me. And then you get with them, you realize, no, I've been attracting broken people. I've been attracting people that need help. And I need help. So now we trying to fix each other. And the whole time you got to fix yourself. And just like you just said in the comment, being alone is addictive to me. I enjoy my own company a little too much. After being single for a long time, you do start to enjoy that peace. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's like you got to set your boundaries and stuff before you jump in another relationship because you got to let that person know what you do, what you don't do, what you ain't going to put up with, what you going to put up with, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because when I'm in love, I love hard. You know what I'm saying? So I got to be careful because you might get away with some shit that I said I didn't want you to get away with. You know what I'm saying? Because if I got a connection with you and I love you, you my partner for life. And it don't always go that way. Sometimes you be like, I thought you was the one for life, but no. Okay, it says I resolved to leave like a monk since for the same reason you mentioned. Live like a monk. It says it's because to talk about the life stuff on this path too, Chris, because it isn't easy to integrate things. It's a subject not spoken about much. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I've gotten used to my soul solitude as well. Matter of fact, I look forward to it. You go home, you ain't gotta worry about nobody. You ain't gotta worry about nobody calling you. You ain't gotta worry about being obligated to do this and do that. But sometimes if you find somebody that you really love, sometimes that stuff, but you know what I'm saying, it make you feel good. Like I can make this person happy. You know what I'm saying? It just gotta be right. You just gotta feel that person out. That poet joke. Oh yeah, that is. It says yes, that broken shit was my last relationship. It just doesn't work. Weird. You should mention that today. Oh damn. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Might be a sign. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let me see. Oh, Fire Lord shouting you out about the picture. You know what I'm saying? Had to create a picture of an experience. Yeah, that's dope. That is a dope picture, by the way. Damn, so we all just loners. Yeah, basically the spiritual journey, how you like that. But some people find good people. Sometimes I be saying people in the relationships, I be happy, like, man, at least it shows you that it's proof that it's still, you know what I'm saying, it's still possible that it's somebody out there that's that's on your level, not gonna judge you for what you experience, not gonna judge you for who you are, and be throwing up in your face like, "Oh, you haven't had about it. It's so weird, mother." You know, when you get upset, but somebody that you can have a conversation with, not argue with. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you getting to know them, they start you be trying to get to know somebody, and they be like, "Yo, why you ain't picking up the phone?" Because I am busy. I am working. You know, yeah, you feel me? And I can't be on the phone all the time. I gotta make some money. But I get it. You go through that honeymoon phase, and we be lost in the sauce. Yep, we be lost in the sauce. That love, it feel good. I just wish it'd last for a longer time. You know, that honeymoon phase love, when your heart be thudding, you don't even know what to say to the person. You be like, that feeling do be feeling good. Sometimes you gotta, we be running when we get in these on these spiritual journeys and stuff. We be like, we get single and we be just sitting in our own solitude, and we be just like, you know what, I ain't dealing with nobody. But sometimes you gotta get out there and date or do something, because those experiences matter. You just gotta know how to handle it, so you don't put all your eggs in one basket, if so to say. Says, I ain't gonna lie, the more I've been on this spiritual path, the more I feel segregated from society. The OBE folks is what feel close home. Yeah, that's true. Not all of us having OBEs together with my husband and talking every day about stuff like this is in this life. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. That's why I said it's still people out there that show you that it's proof that there's people out there that then got together, and they on the same accord. You know what I'm saying? Because in my last, I used to try to get my ex to meditate. She would not meditate. She did it like a couple times, but I was like, "Come meditate with me." Wouldn't meditate. It's like some people just ain't with it. You know what I'm saying? Have you ever seen any alphabet people or beings? What you mean by that? Like the letters and stuff, like the alphabet? Yep, 60 is divorced and found no man that understands this stuff. And yeah, it's hard out here for a pimp. Nah, when you're trying to get the money for the reunions. Nah, I feel you though. I feel you though. At 100, yeah, yeah, low, yeah, low. It'd be difficult. I be dreaming. I be like, man, where is she at? Where is she at? Because I love talking about my experiences. I be wanting, like, if I have a woman and I wake up, I be wanting to talk to them about my experience, but they'll mess around and be like, I don't want to hear that shit today. I don't want to hear that shit. It says, "Damn, Chris, all right. It hurts like hell, but there are gems in these heartbreaks. I'm so sad, but feel so grateful. It's for a reason. Yeah, for sure." Cadillac and gas money spent. Have a whole lot of what? Jumping ship. Hmm. Yeah. We all want that love story. You know what I'm saying? I want to be in a relationship where I can have my woman meditating and we can learn how to share an experience. I can lay down and be like, let's meditate today. You know what I'm saying? Have some financial freedom where we can actually have a time to really work on ourselves. Because I like, I got goals. There's things I would like to do. You know what I'm saying? Just like everybody else, there's things I would like to do. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it. It says maybe they on another realm. That's what I was thinking. Like, damn, my mom, she ain't even, she on the other side. I got to keep going that down to the other side just to meet my woman. It's crazy. But I ain't met her yet, even on that other side. I just so lonely. No, I'm really not lonely though. I'm I'm cooling. I go with the flow. You know what I'm saying? If something comes, it comes. If it don't, you know what I'm saying? It says I love hard too. And I don't trust myself balancing the strong love I can give and still focus on my spiritual growth. So I just focus it on divinity. Yeah. Yeah, you got to. You know what I'm saying? But I don't be we don't can't be mad at ourselves for being people that love hard. You know what I'm saying? You can't be mad at you. That's who we are. You feel me? We gotta accept it and just understand who not to deal with. You need somebody that pour into you and not try to just take from you. You need somebody that's gonna help build you up, not tear you down. You know what I'm saying? But the only time I'm gonna tear something down is gonna be the negative aspects of yourself so that you can grow and be a better person. at least help you. So you know what I'm saying? Because I still need help myself too. It says, do they have soul counseling on the other side? That would be dope. Like for souls fresh from the earthly realm that need some extra help readjusting. They actually have places where it's like recovery zones and stuff. That could be considered like that, but it's more like a, you know what I'm saying, getting that energy right. Preach. Tabernacle. Church. Nah, for real. I think that we need to start talking more. We need to really be talking more about how this regular life is being affected by the spiritual journey. I think we talk about being outside the body a lot, but it's, you know, this regular life sometimes it can be kind of shaky, especially dealing with relationships. As a spiritual person, somebody who has a spiritual understanding, a spiritual understanding, it can be hard because you'll meet somebody and you'll think they cool, but then you might get a vibe, and you be like, mm, nah, that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work for me, player. Nah, I don't need that. Right, absolutely true. Thank you, thank you. Oh, let me read that one. Oh, they said church. It says, one entity told me in an OBE once when I asked why I met only the bad guys that when you sleep with them too fast, you don't know who they are. No shit, it's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you don't, it's people out here with succubus energy, and that's true. I ain't gonna lie. In my younger days, I used to be a little, you know, I had my little fast days. I'm not proud of it. You know what I'm saying? But I've been celibate almost 2 years now, so I've been doing good. I'm struggling. I need some. Where my woman at? Have you all heard of the Tahuti podcast? There was a really deep class recently on out of body experiences benefit in the. No, I haven't seen that, but I will look into that. I will look into that. I'm chasing something I really don't care about money. It's just the materialistic stuff I want to buy with it. I mean, we all trying to chase it, but it's like, don't let the money become the you know what I'm saying, something that clouds your judgment of on life or who you are. Because I want money, because I want some land. I want to probably be in another country building, having some financial freedom. You know what I'm saying? I just want to do it the right way. I don't want to get money in the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? It says, yeah, just wondering because I just want to make sure I step back into that unconditional love when cross back over. Yeah, you will. You will. Have me laughing. You want to pop wifey in the astral. You're like, hey, have an out of body together. You know what I'm saying? Be like, you ain't never had it like this before. You ain't never had you ain't never had somebody pull you out your body at that. Like, you know what I'm saying? You better stop playing. Nah, because there's actually things you can like during those type of sessions. I might need to make a video for the Patreon about that. You know what I'm saying? If you got a significant other and you having them experiences together, you can do some things. I'm just saying. Adults, children, get out the room. No, I'm just playing. They say give wifey that one last spin. You know what I'm saying? Have her floating in the air. You know what I'm talking about? They be talking about going through the bed. So snatch that soul. That's why they be going crazy. No, I just play. That's why they be going to be snatching them out their body. They can't handle all that energy stimulation. You know what I'm talking about? Oh my God, I never had it like this before. Nobody ever took me out of my body and went to the sixth dimension. Hey, doing positions you ain't never heard of. You ain't never been entangled, just wrapped up. But you ever get hip? Nah, I ain't gonna get that explicit. Let me not do that. I was about to get straight up foul, but I ain't gonna do that. But y'all trying to brag out that, you know what I'm saying? You know, the ghetto guru, you want to bring out the ghetto guru now. But yeah, it's a lot of things in life that we deal with that's because a lot of times people make it seem like you perfect when you're on a spiritual journey when it's not that case. It's not that way. Now some people can play around like it's like everything is good and nobody has problems and all that stuff, but we still have problems. We still have issues. We still dealing with things. We still building and growing. And a lot of times I give information, I give advice to people. Sometimes I'm giving that same advice to myself because I can be ignorant sometimes. Now I've been doing good lately. I ain't been being well, I have been being ignorant, but I ain't did nothing ignorant to the point where I violated anybody else. You know what I'm saying? And I never really was into that anyway. Let me get some of my laughs up there because I gotta see the people laughing, you know. You see, it's about that time for me. Good night, y'all. W Live, 4th Eye. Enjoyed it as usual. God bless. Hey, stay blessed. Fire Lord out the building, man. It's almost that time for me too. But I'm still kicking. As long as the comments coming, I'm gonna stay out here as long as I can. But yeah. It says good night, Fire Lord. Stay safe. Let me put that on there so you can see it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, they saying your name. Start making videos. Yeah, but y'all got any more questions for me? Y'all need any relationship advice? Y'all want some relationship advice? One day we're gonna find somebody. We're gonna find somebody that really care for us and want some of that astral loving and nah, preach fire, Lord. Peace. I thought you said preach fire, Lord. But yeah, man, you know how dope it would be that like how what's the name said they her and her husband has out of body experience together. You know how dope that is. I don't think y'all understand. That's dope. I love to see that. I love to see that. Soon as I can have these OBEs, I'm gonna crank some videos out. That's what's up. Yeah, we need you to come out now. But yeah, I love to see good relationships, especially people that be on a spiritual journey because it's rare. You know what I'm saying? That's dope to me. And one day I might have that same thing. You know, ain't bringing me no problems because I don't bring no problems. I be chill. I be chill like a mug. Like people don't be understanding when they meet me. They be thinking like, yeah, I am goofy. I am goofy, but I'm chill. I'm real chill. I ain't hard to please at all. I be chilling. I be sitting there trying to read and research some shit. Like, are you mad at me? No, I'm reading. Like, I am reading. Please, look, can I read? So I would love to do that. Yeah, that'd be dope. You know what I'm saying? Do we actually help each other through breakups, even if we don't talk here? My ex keep coming in my dreams, helping. In real life, he's not talking. I mean, it could be some subconscious that you need to know, and that's probably he probably is helping you. You know, you never know. Subconsciously, he might want to talk to you, so subconsciously, he just going to you in that way. But don't be going backwards if it was a bad situation. You know, if it was a bad situation, I don't care how much child you gotta leave that alone. Okay. But follow your intuition. Does a spiritual journey truly end? Not really. Not really. Even when you go, I mean, you still gonna get put back on that road. Even if you try to go off and be in the world a little bit, you still gonna pop back up on that road. Everything is spiritual. You know what I'm saying? Everything is spiritual. Christians are spiritual. They just don't want to. They don't want to say nothing about spirituality because they say that's evil. Says yeah, he. Oh, let me see. Hold on, let me crack my old man back. Yeah, but when you in this, it's hold on. Let me see. Yeah, he. It says yeah, he's just not there yet. Yeah, it happens. It happens. People gonna they're gonna wake up in their own time, you know. And waking up is not something that just like soon as you wake up, it's like you know everything. It's still a process. It's just like waking up. You're trying to regain everything you don't remember and all that stuff. Let me see. I hope this is my last life. Me too. Me too. It says that fourth eye. Can we be on the same spiritual path on the other side like we are here on earth? I mean, it's like probably a group, like you know, I said group, but when you choose your path, it's your path. You should like it could be people on the same path as you, but we all got our assignments. We might not know what that assignment is right now, but it's something that we chose to do. And some of us might have chose the same path. You know what I mean? Some of us might have chose the same path, but we connect with each other because we all got to recognize that we have a job. There's something that we need to do. You know what I'm saying? You vibrate to the energy that, you know what I'm saying, that you need to vibrate to at the time that you need to vibrate to it. And sometimes you meet people in real life that's your friends and stuff, and you connect with them, and you have a good time, and you learn stuff, and then you separate. It was not meant for a long time, but it was meant for a short time. Y'all learned a lot. It says, "What is we all?" What says, "What is we all know each other somewhere else." I believe that. I believe that be happening a lot of times. I believe some of y'all are probably already seen an out of body experience, because some of y'all be looking familiar. You know what I'm saying? Then I'll be like, well, I don't know that person because they live way over there. So, but sometimes I'll be like, I think I'll be seeing some of y'all in out of body experiences. Just be kicking it. Yeah. But I don't know. I don't know if I've been seeing y'all all the way, but I've been seeing some people, and I'll be like, am I just kicking it with people that's in my YouTube? Because I be kicking in a big house, and it just be people in there. I'll be like looking at them, I'll be like, they look familiar, or they got a familiar energy. Because even when y'all type, even though it's just typing and I'm not hearing y'all voice, like I can tell, like the people that come on here a lot, it's like when y'all type, like I can tell y'all's. I don't know. I don't even have to look at y'all's profile picture, and I kind of know who's writing it. You know what I'm saying? It says I had to come to terms with the fact that nothing lasts forever. Yeah, that's how it is. Except for this life that you have, it never dies. You never die. But relationships sometimes they fade. But it's a learning. It's something that you need to learn about that relationship. If you actually analyze the relationship, see the things that you might have did wrong, the things that they did wrong, what type of person you really want to be with. And sometimes that can make you feel like, damn, it ain't nobody out there that I really need to be with, because your standards might be too high. But sometimes you got to have those standards and stand on them. You feel me? That's how I feel it. I ain't got my standards ain't like super, super out of this world though. I just want peace. You know what I'm saying? I'm not real big on, like, I don't have the same aspirate. Like some people, they be like, I don't like her. She doesn't look, she's not with the woo. I look beyond that. Looks is not just gonna be the thing that gets me or that makes me fall for somebody. It's that spirit, it's that soul, it's how you really are. Like when you show me who you really are, and it's a good, like, that's what makes me really be like, okay, I can sit and actually talk to this person without it being something that turns into something else. You know what I'm saying? Then it just become a lust fest. Says, yeah, and to be grateful for those relationships. Yeah, be grateful for it because you learn something. You know what I'm saying? You learn how to treat that next person better. That's why some people get mad when the person, their relationship failed, and then they be like, they got with that person that did everything that I was trying to get them to do, and they went over there and started doing it because they realized they lost somebody for not doing it. And they might be pretending. They might just be pretending really well. Because a man, when he like a woman, he gonna do what he gotta do. And a lot of times women don't be realizing how simple man is. We be simple as hell. Simple to please. I used to have a cousin, she used to always talk. Well, I said I used to have a cousin. But my cousin always talk about breaking dudes and all that stuff. And I was like, you know how easy it is for a man. You want a man to do whatever you want if you just be nice. Hey, you want something to eat? You want to do? You be nice, man. Be like, I gotta do something for her. It says, what was your most recent OBE? Were you doing anything or just chilling? I was chilling. My most recent OBE was well, technically yesterday now, but that was my most recent OBE. But I was chilling in that experience, but I seen something that was kind of personal in that OBE that I probably won't. I don't think I'll talk about on here because it was kind of personal, and I kind of feel like it meant something a little serious about somebody that's a friend of the family. And I was like, nah, I don't want to talk about that yet because I got to see what's going on with that. Sometimes people come in your life for a reason, and that reason has been fulfilled. Yes, 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 for sure. That's a factory. Put some extra 100 behind that. Yeah. You gotta be grateful for those type of situations. Sometimes people just come to your life for a season, you know what I'm saying? But it was a reason. And it hurts. It hurts sometimes. You be like, you done learned this person, you loving this person, and then next you know, you just like, damn, no more. And you got to go back to yourself. Then you gotta go through all cycle through all those thoughts of, man, I ain't getting in another relationship. I ain't dealing with this bug crap no more. I had no. Then you be like, I would really like to be in a relationship. Then your mind start going, but I like my peace. The thing is that this is the weird thing to me is that we like our peace. We really like our peace. And the fact that when people get in relationships, it's like they stop liking their own peace because it's like they always up under each other all the time, and sometimes that causes people to spread go. You know, sometimes it causes friction because they around each other too much. Sometimes you need to give your woman space, and sometimes you need to give your man space to actually gather their own thoughts because we all dealing with certain things and we might not know what's on each other's mind. And you got to learn how to communicate with the person you with. But that sound better saying it than that sound better said than done because obviously I'm single, so I guess that shit didn't work for me. I've been bamboozled. I'll be over here trying to do the right thing and shit, and the whole time they be like, I don't like that shit. He think he Gandhi. You think you perfect. It's like I ain't never said that. It says that's big for me. I need my space. I actually start to lose it if I don't get it. It makes it hard sometimes. Yeah. I think everybody needs their own space to decompress. That's why I feel like if you got you a nice little house, your woman should have a little spot that's like her little woman cave, and a man, we should have our little man cave where we can chill out and we can do what we need to do. You know what I'm saying? We'll get together, you know what I'm saying? Said not Gandhi. Yeah. They got, oh, you think you Gandhi. I was trying to tell me something like you're a psychologist. Well, I am. I am the ghetto guru, the psychologist, the ghetto psychologist. Uh I kind of know what I'm doing. I mean, I kind of know what I'm talking about. Sometimes I don't even know what's coming out of my mouth. I just be like, that was some good ass information. And I need to use that my damn self. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's hard out here. But it ain't hard out here because I'm at peace. You know what I'm saying? I'm at peace, but I ain't at the peace that I want to be. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm still, dealing with certain situations and finances ain't where they need to be. You feel me? Somebody like you need to just like, cause I'm talking about my content. They like you should buy a camp. Do I got camp? I ain't got all that. I'm paying bills. I got all this stuff going on. Yes, I would want all that stuff, and I want to do content in a certain way, but that's gonna take some time. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna take a little time, but I know that's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? But it's about that time. I'm gonna have to wrap it up and stay protected so I don't have no more. Nah, I'll just play. But I'm gonna have to wrap it up. I just want to tell y'all how much I appreciate y'all. Hold on, what'd you say? Hell no, rock. Oh shit. But yeah, I'm gonna have to wrap it up. It was a pleasure coming on this live and talking with y'all and kicking back with y'all. Another scream done, another live. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all enjoyed yourselves because I enjoyed myself talking to y'all, learning things from y'all. Um, I hope y'all stay blessed and stay in positive energy. If you do go into a negative state of energy, remember to always control that, switch it back. You know what I'm saying? Said thank you for being yourself. Thank you, Chris. We appreciate your time. Have a great night. Enjoy the live. Catch everything later. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. Hugs. Thank you. Thank you. Many blessings to all of y'all. Stay blessed.